Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing another PQ prep update. So last Thursday was when I checked in with you guys last. Things were going pretty good. I was riding high off of Boba Green. What did I go? 8-2. So, but I have played the crap out of that deck throughout set one. Not as much on set two, but enough that I can play it with my eyes closed. Since then, I went to weekly play, got some games in there. I was playing my Kylo Cunning deck, and that's a deck that I might be adding into my PQ prep list for decks to test out because I just find it to be super, super fast, and I just like the way it operates. I am not typically a more aggressive player. I kind of like the mid-range or the control decks, but that one for some reason I just enjoy. With that said, today I'm going to talk about playing the Sabine decks. So Sabine Yellow, I just kind of crossed that one off the list for this week. I just did not have enough time between Thursday and today. I've played roughly 35 games, which is a little less than what I needed. And, a bunch of those were recording games for gameplay videos that are coming out this week, which are also PQ prep. We're basically going to be just PQ prepping all of the time between now and when it actually happens. We booked our Airbnb, so we're going to be fairly close to the place in which we're going to be playing in Montreal, so that's all done. We don't have to worry about that. We can just kind of buckle down and play as many games as possible. So I guess that play the 10 games per day, I didn't quite hit that, but I did get quite a few games in. So I did do 10 games with the Sabine Red and 10 games with Sabine ECL, and we'll go over those there in a few minutes. I just wanted to touch on a few other things. So the meta, I was watching some of those 1Ks that were going on, and it looked like Kylo Yellow was just whooping at one of them. So that wasn't me thinking I should add that in just off of that, but just I enjoy playing it. I built that deck as soon as set 2 came out, and I've been playing it quite a bit. So it's nice seeing it actually perform well, and that guy that was wielding it was just crushing people. So very, very cool. And the practice playing faster, that's just getting games in. And I am going over, rules and studying cards and stuff like that. But we're here to talk about the Sabine decks today. So this is the build that I was playing. I did find that the Dark Sabers were not really doing anything for me in the games I was playing, so I ended up siding those out quite a bit, and I put in the Bright Hopes and the Timely Interventions, and I did get rid of, I think, a Rebel Pathfinder, or possibly a few games I got rid of, what did I get rid of? Heroic Sacrifice. So everything else seemed to perform pretty good. There's so many decks that have like hard control and they're just removal like crazy, so it was tough to kind of get any sort of board state. But I lost some of these games by like 1 or 2. Like I was able to get them right there, so maybe with a little bit more time and tweaking with this deck, I'd be able to kind of take it to that kind of the finish line a few more times than I was able to. So let's get into it. The 10 games, who did I play? How did I do? Not great. So I went 4-6. Or sorry, yeah, 4 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 and 6. So who were these people? All right, let me just look. We had the Cad Bane, was a Cad Green, a 30 HP base. So I was able to beat him. The Han Solo, young Han Solo there, that was a green Han Solo on ECL. I was able to beat him. The Vader was a Vader green on a 30 HP base, and I absolutely crushed Vader. I got every card you'd ever want in the order you'd want them in. The two Kira. So Kira, one was ECL and the other one was a 30 HP green, and I lost to both of them. And both games I was able to get them up to, roughly the 20 damage, but never was able to kind of close it out. They just took control of the board, and that was it for me. Where are we here? The bottom left there, that Han Solo was also an ECL. I won that one. This one I didn't even want to talk about, but IG-88, he was on Jeddah City, and damn it, Jeddah City saved his butt. He got me. I think we were like one action. I ended up playing what was it? The Rebel Assault. I played Rebel Assault, and I was able to get him within one. I got him to 24, and he just had, I think, 3 or 4 units out, and he just needed to hit me for, I think it was like 4, and he had that, so he whooped me. What can I say? I lost IG-88. I guess it happens. It happens. Bosk was green, so I lost to Bosk green. It was a 30 HP base. And then the two Rays we had Ray blue and Ray red, 30 HP base. So there you go. Lost to Ray. And Ray wasn't, I did more than enough damage to beat them both, but the healing was just too much. So I don't know if there's a way to play that a little bit better where maybe I don't concentrate so much going at the base and I try to control those units that are doing all the healing. Because, when they're healing as much as they did, it was just impossible to get to the finish line. So that was Sabine Green. Did I do any better with Sabine Red? This was the deck. I did make a change. I took the IG-11s out. So this is just my home deck that I've built. And I don't have enough Poes to go around, so I don't like breaking up my decks all the time. But I did take out the IG-11s, and I did put 3 Poes in just to see if that would make a difference after the first couple of games. And, it did and it didn't. I feel like Poe, Poe and Wrecker, you almost want to be able to ECL them in or timely intervention them in. It was just a little bit where I wasn't quite able to get the finishes I needed in this one either. So this damn freaking arm here for the microphone is getting in the way. The 10 games with Sabine Red. So no better. 4 wins and 6 losses. So what do we got? Cad Bane. That was on Tarkentown. It was a loss. Young Han, ECL, a loss. Young Han, the bottom left there, was a Han Blue. That was a loss. The other Han was a Han Blue, so I won against a Han Blue. The old Han was Han Green. I was able to win that one. Tarkin was yellow, and I won that one. Gar Saxon, that was a yellow, and I lost that one. That's one of Jessica's favorite decks. She's a big fan of the Gar yellow. The Sabine was Sabine Green on ECL. I lost that one. That was a pretty close one, but just not close enough. Then we got Ray, which was Ray at Tarkentown. I did win that one. I think the not having that 5 extra HP was enough to give me the win there. I think if they were on the 38 HP base, they probably would have won because their healing just wasn't quite what they needed to stop me. And then the last one was the Young Han, and that was Han ECL, Han Blue, Han Blue, Han Blue. So that was another Han Blue. So I won 1 Han Blue and then lost 2. And then 1 Han Green at ECL was a loss as well. So what am I thinking? Like, am I just going to give up now on Sabine? Probably not. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to test out Sabine Yellow. I'm not going to give up on that. That's probably more my style, would be the yellow. But I think I am going to eliminate Sabine Red off of this list for now. So Sabine Red is going bye-bye. We're going to maintain Sabine Green because I think with more games, I would be able to play it a little bit better and maybe some tweaks to the deck. I didn't find that the way it was set up in the picture there, which would be this picture right here, I didn't find that that was quite where I needed it. So I think like timely intervention was something that just really, really came in handy, especially when you have Wrecker. Like having Wrecker come in off of timely intervention, and if they have something, which it seemed like most of the time they would have something that was damaged, whether it was their Sentinel or whatever, and then I was doing like a bunch of Overwhelm. So I felt pretty good about Wrecker and ECL or timely intervention. Same with Poe. You know, if you've got a few cards in your hand, that he can definitely pay off. Poe's not as amazing as what I think a lot of people thought he was going to be. Like, I think he's good, but I think playing him without some sort of ECL or ambush, he's just a little bit too slow. And then Darksaber with so much removal, man, it's hard to get that thing to even... You just barely get it onto a unit, whether it's Sabine or anyone else, and it's gone. You know, Fell the Dragon, what's the other one? Defeat a unit. Whatever it is. You guys know. I'll pop it up on the screen here. It's like on the tip of my tongue. So what's up next? I'm going to go Han Solo Yellow. So this is a deck that I haven't played a ton, but I did play quite a bit of Han Solo Green from the first set. And I do have the green version for the second set as well, but I like this version better. So if you watch our gameplay videos this week, I do play this against Jessica. Jessica pretty much played Kira Green all week, so you'll see Kira Green quite a bit. I even ran my Jin Urso deck into the Kira just to test it one game, and then I switched, and holy moly. God, she's just a dumpster fire. Like, she can't beat nothing. So what's in the deck? Here's what it looks like currently. I do really like this setup. When you watch the Kira versus Han Yellow gameplay video, you'll see that I was able to spark a Rebellion and Bodhi Rook quite often. Those cards were always coming up for me, and they came in really, really handy when you're trying to strip out, you know, Avengers and overwhelming barrage and stuff like that. So Devastator, like, you think of what's in Kira Green, like, there's everything in there. There's them all. There's 3 Vaders, there's Devastator, there's Avenger, there's so much freaking big things. Snoke, like, and it's just like any of those things get on the board and you're in a world of hurt. So also Cunning was kind of a awesome card. The Tech DJ combo, I don't think I was able to pull that off in these games, but I did use Tech to smuggle out a few things, I believe, in one of the games. Hotshot DL44 Blaster, I was able to use that. The Cartel Turncoat, that didn't seem to be one that was doing much for me, but I think most everything else in here was pretty good. So pretty happy with Han Yellow, but I'm not going to count those games towards my 10 games. I'm going to play a bunch more of those games on Carabast, and kind of I'll record and see what I'm able to do with the deck on there. I find it so different playing on Carabast versus in real life. It's just not quite how I like to play, but it's not bad either. Like, I mean, you definitely need to get those rounds in. So, and I found that, like, even playing Sabine, which I never play, by the time I was at the end, the losses were so close that it really could have went either way, and I was probably making a misplay here or there. So One thing I am going to try to do in this upcoming week, if I am able to have time, I'm super busy at work as well as trying to make this content for you guys. So I am going to try to get a setup where I can live stream my Carabas games over on my Discord. So if you guys aren't in the Discord, you might be interested in watching that sort of stuff, then head on over there and join up. The link is in the description. And with that, I think I'm going to leave that here. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to subscribe. We're at 150 subscribers, so we're really pushing to try to get to the 200 mark. Jude's goal, 250. That's my son. You know, he's got lofty goals, but 200. I think that's a good goal to hit. And with that, we'll catch you on the next one.